Hey there. Hello again. And welcome to the Bernie Show here on STL Sports Central, presented by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Hey, please subscribe to our STL Sports Central YouTube channel and hit that like button on the videos that you watch. It really helps us, and we thank you for your support. I am Bernie Miklasz. I've been writing and yapping about St. Louis area sports since 1985. I do 5 videos and write 5 columns a week here on our site. And I joined my friend Randy Carricker for a couple of segments on his show every week. You can also catch me a lot throughout the week on multiple shows on KMOX, FM, and AM. All right, today's topic is kind of a fun one. Is Jordan Binnington cracking? Is it time to play the Looney Tunes theme song whenever we talk about the Blues' eccentric goaltender? Well, you all know why I'm talking about this. I'm sure 98% of you have seen this by now. The moment was strange. It was funny. It was nonsensical. It didn't make any sense. In other words, it was vintage classic Jordan Binnington. Wednesday evening in the nation's capital, the Blues were routed 6-1 by the Capitals in another god-awful performance by this St. Louis club early in this horrid season. The highlight of the game was the great Alex Ovechkin scoring his 900th goal of his NHL career, which no one had done in league history. Pretty big. Seconds after being caught off guard by Ovi on a spinning backhand shot, Binnington retrieved the puck and kind of jammed it down his pants towards the back of the pants or the side, wherever the heck he was trying to tuck that thing. By the way, I want to note that whole sequence started with Binnington giving the puck away. It was intercepted by Ovechkin, and that led to the goal. Okay, so what was he doing trying to stuff a puck down his pants? Was this Binnington being Binnington? Was this Binnington really trying to turn Ovechkin's goal number 900 into a precious career keepsake? You know, grabbing the puck. I'm going to get myself a sacred piece of NHL memorabilia. Was that what he was thinking? I wouldn't think so. Never would have gotten away with it. Well, at least, as the cynic said last night, a lot of jokes about Binnington last night on social media. At least Binnington tried to save something in that game. The goaltending part was an absolute failure, with Binnington getting beat by the Capitals for 4 goals and 15 shots before getting yanked from the game. One of the linesmen approached Binnington, asked for the puck. Binnington went into his pants, and he turned over the stolen goods. There were no arrests made. Binnington's latest goofball antic can be looked at in several different ways, and I really think it depends on your perspective. Yeah, do you roll with things? Do you get all bent out of shape about things? Are you a Blues homer? Like, no matter what they do, it's okay. I don't know. Everybody's got an opinion. It's all good. Number one, given the epic historical nature of Ovechkin, I can't talk today, man. I'm sorry. Ovechkin's goal. Why did Binnington step on the moment by being a clown? There's a time and a place for that, and this wasn't it. But Binnington, yep, he made himself part of the story. I will not say that he shared a headline with Ovechkin, because that didn't happen. But he still made himself part of the story. Bad form, if you ask me. But I can also see the humorous part of this, which leads me to number 2. Lighten up. This is just Binnington doing his thing, having a little fun, being the jokester, and everybody got a good laugh. Everyone got to have another one of those times where we all say, what is he doing? What is he thinking? So this was no big deal. It was just Binnington being Binnington, and he really shouldn't be blasted for what he did. Okay, number 3. Binnington was ticked off and frustrated, so this was just a reactionary moment of temporary insanity. We've seen that from Binnington before on the ice in the heat of the competition. Listen, if he really wanted to steal the puck, well, that's crazy, because no one on the ice was going to allow him to steal the puck. Not a chance of getting away with it. Although, and we'll get to that in a minute. And if Binnington was trying to be a sore loser villain here, he could have done something really reprehensible, just kind of like take the thing and throw it into the stands. And I'm sure the authorities would have been able to come up with it, but you never know. So in other words, it could have been worse, I guess. Number 4, this point resonates with me. Number 4, hockey has always had a cast of zany, colorful characters who you never knew what they were going to do. Maybe do something a little crazy, right? Got you going like, wow, this guy's bananas. Those kind of guys. They've all been in hockey. Those type of guys have been popular in hockey since hockey started, the NHL anyway. They're the guys who go through life with a different frequency in their brains. And they have also made the NHL a very entertaining sport. So let's stop making a big deal about Binnington, what he did, because Binnington, as we know, he goes cuckoo at times. No harm was done. In fact, when he goes cuckoo at times, Blues fans, I would say the overwhelming majority of the fans love it when he does that. So no harm was really done. It was Ovi's 900th goal. He got the puck, and that's all that matters. Hey, Bernie, and all you other media people, shut up. Okay. Well, I'll shut up as soon as I'm done with this video. Number 5, what if Binnington thought Ovechkin had a reasonable chance to bank number 900, and what he did was he already had a duplicate puck in his pants? I saw some people putting that up there. Yeah, Binnington could have deked the linesman by handing him the bogus puck and keeping the 900 puck for himself. You know how it is, and like they hit a home run into Wrigley Field in the bleachers or whatever, and a lot of those people out there already have like a ball in their pocket. So instead of throwing the real baseball back on the field, they throw the fake baseball back on the field, that kind of thing, right? Do I think that happened in this case? No, hell no. But people were joking about it, and, you know, I just got a kick out of it. And then I must say, like, for a few moments, I thought about it, and I'm like, nah. But then I was like, well, you know, this dude is so crazy when he gets like that he could pull off a stunt of that magnitude. So I guess it's impossible to rule it out. But all kidding aside, no, there's no way he did that. Listen, I do believe fully that it's okay to laugh about something that would have been an all-time Binnington stunt. And he's had plenty of those. Meltdowns, eruptions, instigating, causing a disturbance with the other team, setting off a scrum, trying to go after opposing players, throwing a water bottle at Kadri after Kadri took him out of that playoff series when the Blues had Colorado in trouble. Since Binnington became the Blues' #1 goaltender in January of 2019, and we know what year that was, he leads all NHL goalies in penalty minutes. Every now and then, the circuitry pops in his brain, and then he gets back to normal. Binnington was unavailable for comment after the game, but when asked about Binnington's attempted theft, if that's what it was, Ovechkin said, quote, "I'm not going to comment." Well, Binnington's lucky that Ovechkin didn't come over there to get the puck himself. You know, skate over to the net, grab Binnington by the scruff of his neck with one hand, and just like shake the goaltender violently until the puck, number 900, came loose from his pants and fell to the ice. Now, that would have been funny. That would have been really funny. I have another theory. Binnington did this to get attention. If he did it to get attention, maybe he had a specific motivation for doing it. And that motivation is, well, he's been terrible in goal this season, and maybe this was his way of deflecting attention from the real problem. And the real problem is Binnington's awful performance so far this season. With that in mind, Binnington would be a lot better off by deflecting pucks to keep them out of the net. And in reality, there's no telling what was going through his peculiar mind. And after I take a time out here, I'm going to return to break it down, and I'm going to give you the rotten particulars of Binnington's surprisingly horrendous start to this season. And some of the stuff I'll share here is pretty bad. It's alarmingly bad, actually. But first, hey, Missouri, get ready. The clock is ticking, and the wait is almost over. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to Show Me State. And as a matter of fact, as I record this video today on November the 6th, the DraftKings launch in Missouri is 25 days away, getting closer and closer. So it's time for new Missouri customers to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. And when we go live in December, on the first day of December, you can place just a $5 bet to unlock $300 in bonus bets. That's a good deal. Starting November the 19th, That's the day you can create your DraftKings Sportsbook account in Missouri and get ready for launch day on that first day of December. DraftKings Sportsbook brings you everything you need to enhance your game day experience, including live in-game betting, lightning fast payouts, all kinds of things to get in on, endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. So convenient. Whether it be the NFL, college football, college hoops, NBA, NHL, international soccer, so many other sports, you can get in a game and wager on your favorite teams and your favorite players, and you can do it to your heart's delight. And when we officially go live in Missouri, you're going to be betting with the Sportsbook app that is trusted by millions. It is safe, it is secure, and it has fast money withdrawals, and you can count on really, really outstanding customer service. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when we go live on December the 1st. That's go time. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21, age 21 or over, physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after being issued. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Terms can be found at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Thank you, DraftKings. All right, let's get back into the Bernie Show, segment number 2 on this Thursday. But I have a real brief programming note to pass along, if you don't mind. Coming up Friday, that's tomorrow, we'll start a new feature called The Bernie Guarantee. We'll have some fun looking at some things. I may put the Bernie Guarantee on anything. You never know. Not necessarily sports, but I'll probably put a Bernie Guarantee on a game or two. That's every Friday, and it's brought to you by St. Louis Hot Tub Warehouse. They have the best price guarantee in town. They'll beat any local dealer on a comparable hot tub model, and you can find out more by going to visit. Actually, I'm going to say to visit this site. Sorry, besthot-tub-prices.com today. The loss in Washington dumped the Blues to a record of 4-8-2 for a .357 points percentage that ranks 31st among the 32 teams. The Blues have been pelted for 58 goals in their first 14 games. That is the 6th highest total of goals allowed through the team's first 14 games in 58 seasons of Blues hockey. Only 5 teams previously have allowed more goals through the first 14 than this team has. To this point of a very troubling season, Binnington and Joel Hofer have combined for the worst save percentage by an NHL team, whether it be 5-on-5, the worst, at even strength, the worst, and at all strengths, the worst. The opponent's average shot on goal has traveled a distance that is so far away from the net that there's only 3 or 4 NHL teams where their goaltenders have been facing longer shots on goal on average than the Blues. So, in other words, Binnington and Hofer have been asked to make a lot of their saves on long distance shots, which also means that the St. Louis goalies have been exposed to a limited number of high danger chances around the net. Actually, the Blues have gotten about 55% of those chances. So, really, relative to the rest of the league, Binnington and Hofer have not been asked to make as many of those big time chances around the net the way other teams have. And even though their opponents only have 45% of the high danger chances so far, their opponents are scoring a lot of goals from high danger zones. The Blues goaltenders have the league's worst save percentage on those high danger chances. They have given up the most high danger area goals in the league at 32 high danger area goals. That's 55% of the goals scored against the Blues this season. I'm going to put Hofer aside for now. I don't have much longer to go here, so ride with me because I want to just give you some of the particulars about Binnington's substandard performance. Binnington's got the second worst save percentage this season among 32 NHL goaltenders that have clocked at least 400 minutes this season. So we're talking about the more regular goaltenders. Binnington's current .886 save rate at 5-on-5 would be the worst of his career. The same goes true for his .889 save percentage at even strength and his overall save percentage of .859, the worst of his career so far. Binnington came into the season with a .538 quality start percentage, which ranked 13th among the many goalies that have started at least 250 games over the past 7+ seasons. This season, Binnington's quality start percentage is a gross .444. That's way down from .538. That's his career norm. Binnington's overall performance so far is 37% below the league average, according to Hockey Reference. Speaking of Hockey Reference, I always look at a metric that gives me, first time I saw it, I said, this is pretty cool because it's funny. They just call it really bad starts. In other words, it doesn't have a fancy name. Nothing fancy at all. A really bad start is, well, a really bad start. Binnington has started 9 games this season, and 5 of the 9 have been categorized as really bad starts. That's the most by an NHL goaltender so far early this season. And here's the stunning part about this. And remember, started 9 games so far, 5 of the 9 have been really bad starts. Here's the stunning thing about it. The great Stanley Cup season, Binnington started 30 regular season games. He had only one really bad start in those 30 starts. He's got 5 already, and we're not even into the second week in November. In 2019-20, that follow-up season, he started 50 games, 50. Only 5 were really bad starts, as many as he has right now, this early in the season. And it was like that in 2021, 41 starts, only 5 were really bad starts. Well, like I said, he's up to 5 already, and we just got past Halloween. At the pace he's on, how many really bad starts will Binnington pile up this season? This is not a good trend. And yeah, now it's early and all that. I know. But I think it's fair to say that so far, at least, and that's all we have to work with, what we've seen so far, we've never seen Jordan Binnington this bad. It's going so poorly for Binnington. His highlight of the season to this point was his odd attempt to snatch the puck used to score Ovechkin's 900th goal. That's what he'll best be known for this season, unless some other things happen that are either crazier or unless Jordan Binnington starts to play great again. It's kind of funny that this is what he'll be remembered for, maybe a little sad. He'll be remembered for it. It's just for how long. And as for his antics, here he goes again. And I'll always remember the quote from the former Blues coach, the Stanley Cup winning coach, Craig Berube, who was a little frustrated after one game where Binnington had one of his eruptions. And so, the reporters asked Craig Berube, what he thought about that. Do you have any problem with that? After Binnington had caused another ruckus. And Chief Berube said, quote, he's got to stop. It doesn't help anything. Just play goals. Stop the puck. Yes, stop the puck. And if Binnington had stopped the puck Wednesday night when Ovechkin went for goal number 900, then the Blues goalie wouldn't have had worry. He wouldn't have had to worry at all about stealing the puck. Stop the puck, then you don't have to try to steal it. That's all from me today. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. And we'd also like to thank DraftKings for presenting the Bernie Show here on STL Sports Central. Have a great rest of your Thursday.